Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can tell by the title, we are back again with yet another review. But before we dive into all of that, I want to welcome back any of my returning subscribers. And if you are new around here, welcome to the channel. My name is Aidan, and on this channel, we do release brand new sneaker content just like this each and every week. So if you haven't already, please consider smashing that subscribe button. Also, make sure that the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And if you do end up enjoying this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. You're probably tired of hearing it, but it does make the world of difference getting this video out to more and more people so we can keep expanding our community. But with all the formalities out of the way, if we now just go ahead and dive straight in. So before we go ahead and take a look at the shoes, let's just take a quick look at the shoe box. Now, as this is a collaborative sneaker, we do have a really nice box to go along with the release. Now, as you can see across the top, we do have this really nice matte black colour, and then in the centre, we do have this almost gel-like Nike branding. If we then take a look at the side of the box, we do have that really nice butterfly-inspired design alongside the SK branding, and that can also be seen on the other side as well. Now, if we just take a quick look at the label, which reads Air Max Tailwind 5 x Skepta in the black chrome red colourway. Now, this is a personal pair, so it is a UK size 9 for anyone who's wondering. Now, as you can probably tell as well, it is also a pull-out drawer, so if we pull this open, on the inside of the box itself, we do have this really nice butterfly-inspired tissue paper. Just a really nice feature for this shoe. Just honestly adds that little extra something. Really shows how premium and how much thought has actually gone into designing the shoe. And for those of you out there that saw my last video or one of my last videos and said that it's just a box, this kind of begs to differ that these aren't just boxes, these are collector's pieces in themselves amongst the shoes as well. So whether or not you collect the box, whether you throw them away, whether you keep them, this is a genuinely beautiful box that goes along with a very, very nice shoe as well. So I'm really glad that they've put so much design elements into it. But with all that rabbiting aside, if we go ahead and take a look at the shoes. Whoo! Bad day to wear a hoodie. And here we have it, our very first look at the Skepta Tailwind 5 in the bloody chrome colourway. Now let's just take a moment of appreciation for whoever authorised this shoe to be called the bloody chromes, because when it actually comes to naming the shoes, quite often the name that's assigned by Nike is completely different to what we know it as in the community. But I genuinely believe that Nike nailed it. The bloody chrome is absolutely perfect for this shoe. So just in case anybody that's watching this video doesn't already know, this colourway is actually a follow-up to the chrome blue colourway that actually released earlier this year. Now, we did also do a review of that on my channel, and I will make sure to link it above in the cards if you do want to go ahead and check out my review. Now, I don't actually have that pair anymore, unfortunately. I did actually let it go to a close personal friend of mine. He really wanted it at the time, so I just decided to let it go to him. But now I do have these. I am a little bit gutted that I did let them go, I can't lie. It would have been really nice to do the comparison video for the channel. But with that said, I'm not going to be comparing the two shoes on this specific video, but I will let you guys know at the end of the video which of the two I do actually prefer. But with all that said, I'm going to get cracking with the video itself because honestly, I am absolutely sweating in this hoodie. Can't believe I decided to wear this. Rookie mistake once again. So as we always do, we'll start from the uppers to begin with and then work our way down. So on the underlays, we do have this really nice, bright, vibrant red textile material. Now, in preparation for this review, as well as the chrome blue colourway, I did actually read that Skepta was really inspired by creative rebirth, both in nature and in his own career. So we decided to use the upper of this shoe to actually depict a butterfly in its metamorphosis. And when you actually do look up close at the materials that they've used and just really look at all the design details and elements that have gone into it, you really do get that butterfly wing effect. It's really interesting. Even though it's a red textile material primarily, the shades of black that have been used throughout are just absolutely incredible. So for instance, right the way across the mid panel, we do have more of like a black line design, whereas over the toe and to the sides, we do have more of a wavier design. Not everybody really likes this shoe, and I get it, but I genuinely believe that the design that's gone into it and the thought and the kind of like the sentimentality of it just makes this shoe a little bit more desirable for me. But if we then continue on with the rest of the upper, as you can see around the overlays, we do have this structural TPU exoskeleton. Now this stretches from the lateral side over the toe to the medial side, and the cage itself really isn't a problem for me, but what is a little bit more of a problem is if we actually do take a look at the front end of the shoe itself. Now around the toe we do have this leather toe cap, and it looks really weird, I'm going to be honest. Even though I really do like this shoe, the side profile for this shoe looks really, really weird. I can't quite put my finger on why I don't like it. It just kind of takes the shoe to a point, kind of like we have pointy feet. And it almost looks like the shoe kind of narrows out, which it doesn't, but I'll get onto that later on. There's just something about it that I really don't like, and I know a lot of other people don't like it as well. That's probably the main reason as to why a lot of people have passed on this, and a lot of people passed on the chrome blue. Because when you're actually looking down on it from like a front-facing profile like this, it's absolutely fine. There's absolutely no issues with it. But when you're looking at it from the side, it's awful. It's really awful. But I am kind of learning to live with it. I'm going to definitely be keeping this shoe in my personal collection. So in a way, I'm going to have to live with it. But it's still such an eyesore, and it's just really, really bizarre. The rest of the upper itself seems quite widened, but as you kind of come in, it just starts to narrow off to a point, and that's just... why? But now we got all that out of the way, if we just work our way back to the side panel, as you can see, we do have this really nice mini silver Nike swoosh alongside the chrome silver detailing. Now you can also see the mini swoosh on the medial side, however the chrome detailing is a little bit different to what we see on the lateral side, but either way I think it looks absolutely incredible, and it's just a really nice detail for the shoe. The shoe already is quite loud and people are already going to be able to spot this from a distance, but these silver accents do work really well. I have heard and I have seen some pictures where people have worn this shoe, or sorry, the chrome blue shoe, quite casually, and it started to chip away and it started to scuff and scratch and do all the kind of things that you really wouldn't want it to do after only a few wears. So I'm actually going to do something that I never really normally do. I'm actually going to set a like target of 50 likes for this video, and if we can hit all 50 likes, I will wear this shoe every single day for 30 days. I'll wear it in all kinds of weather, any condition I possibly can think of. I won't clean it, I'll just basically let it sit and just wear it every single place that I go for the next 30 days, and we can basically just test how durable the shoe actually is and see how good this chrome detailing is and see if it holds up. So if you really want to see that and you really want to see an updated review down the line, please make sure to smash that like button. The sooner we hit 50 likes, the sooner I can get started. And genuinely, I'm quite intrigued to see how it does hold up. I almost did forget to mention as well that the mini swoosh that's actually been used on this shoe isn't specifically designed for this shoe. It's actually been adapted from the 2019 Nike Shock, which was also a collaboration with Skepta. I personally believe it looks a lot better on this shoe than it did on the Nike Shock, but either which way, it's just a really nice detail and a fun fact for anybody that didn't know. If we then just work our way down to the midsole, as you can see we have a primarily black midsole with visible air towards the forefoot and heel, and switching then to the outsole, we do have this primarily black rubber outsole, and just underneath the heel we have this really nice red accent. Now to me, this kind of makes it look like a vein or a blood vessel. Really nice touch, adds a really nice pop of colour, and looks really good on the shoe as well, I must say. So if we then work our way back into the centre of the shoe, as you can see we do have these all black rope shoelaces. The laces themselves are fed through these black eye stays that do also feature some 3M materials as well, which I thought was a really nice touch. And the laces then sit atop more of that red textile material, just like we see on the rest of the upper. So for anyone who's watching this video that does love to get an additional set of laces with their shoes, you might be surprised to see that we do get an additional set of laces with this shoe as well. I personally prefer the all black laces, so I'm just going to leave it as it is for myself personally. But if you do want to mix it up and try something a little bit different, you really can't go wrong with those extra laces. And then if we just work our way up the laces to the top of the tongue, in the centre of the tongue we do have the ACS Tailwind branding. Now the top of the tongue alongside the ankle collar and the heel all feature iridescent panels, and it's not just there for aesthetics even though it looks absolutely incredible. This is actually a callback to Skepta's 2019 album Ignorance is Bliss, and it has a lot to do with the thermal imaging that was actually used on the album cover work. It looks absolutely incredible. I'd probably say it looks even better on this than it does on the chrome blue. I know I said I wasn't doing a comparison, but yeah, it is what it is. It looks absolutely amazing on this shoe. I'm really glad that it actually works based on the light you shine off it, so hopefully with all the lighting in here, it's going to be shining really bright. It looks absolutely amazing in photos, and it's just one of my favourite features on the entire shoe. But if we then just make our way inside the shoe, as you can see we do have this primarily black sock liner. Now the sock liner itself kind of has a quilted feel to it. It looks really nice on the hand, it feels really nicely padded, and it really adds a nice premium touch to the shoe. And then if we just continue even further into the shoe itself, we do have this primarily black insole with the SK branding. So this shoe for me definitely fits true to size. As I touched on at the start of the video, I went with my natural true to size fit with a UK size 9. Now I tried out both this pair and the chrome blue, obviously, and both of them have fit me absolutely fine. So if you are looking for any sizing tips, I personally would recommend that you definitely do go true to size. However, if there's any opportunity for you to actually try the pair before buying, I would highly recommend you do so, just so you can understand the best fit for you. But then just to finish up, taking a look at the heel of the shoe, as you can see, we do have the Max branding. Now the first time I saw that, I was a little bit puzzled, never even seen anything remotely similar to this. Obviously, like a lot of people, I'm just used to seeing Air Max. Now, I'm not the biggest Tailwind fan, so I'm not sure if they do this with all Tailwinds. So if you guys can shed some light on that in the comments, it would be greatly appreciated. And other than that, I think we've just about covered everything that's worth covering. So now let's go ahead and wrap this video up. So just to wrap up this video, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, I'm going to give these a pretty respectable 8.5 out of 10. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I was going to let you guys know which of the two shoes I did prefer, whether it was the chrome blue or the bloody chrome. Now, I've not really hit it that well, and as you could probably tell if you've seen right the way throughout the review, I definitely do prefer these over the chrome blue. Yes, to some people, this may be a little bit less wearable, but to me and how I like to dress and the colours that I like to wear, this is definitely a lot more at my street. So I'm really gassed to have this shoe in the collection, but I'd love to know your guys' opinions as well. Which do you prefer? Would you rock the chrome blue or the bloody chrome? Please make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below. If you have stuck around to this point in the video, I want to say a massive thank you. Please make sure to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.